It's official, the biggest fight in UFC history might depend on what happens at UFC 322, as Islam Makhachev prepares to move up and challenge Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight title. The stakes have never been higher. For most fighters, this would simply be a shot at two-division glory, a chance to etch their name alongside the legends. But for Islam Makhachev, it's something even greater, because if he loses, the fight that could redefine the sport may Makhachev if Islam becomes a double champion. And if that doesn't happen, Topuria says the dream fight is dead before it even begins. After destroying Charles Oliveira at UFC 317, Topuria has been on top of the world. The Spanish superstar is undefeated, dominant, and already flirting with the idea of becoming the first ever three-division champion in UFC history. But there's one man standing in the way of that vision, Islam Makhachev. At a recent press conference in Georgia, Topuria didn't hold back. If Islam loses, he can go back to Dagestan to herd sheep, he said coldly. It wasn't just an insult, it was a warning. For Topuria, a fight against Makhachev only makes sense if it's champion versus champion, lightweight king versus welterweight king. Anything less, and the fight loses its magic, and the timing couldn't be more dramatic. The UFC's long-rumored White House event in 2026, biggest names in the sport, Conor McGregor, John Jones, Alex Pereira, all rumored. But in Topuria's mind, the ultimate headliner is clear: Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev, a clash between two of the most dominant fighters of their generation. This will be one of the biggest fights in UFC history, Topuria said confidently. No one has ever fought for the belt in 3 weight categories before. He's not wrong. Topuria versus Makhachev wouldn't just be a title fight, and it would be a collision between two dynasties. Dagestan's finest against Spain's rising superstar, a matchup that represents the evolution of MMA itself, technique versus precision, grappling versus striking, discipline versus flair. But that vision now depends on one thing: Islam Makhachev defeating Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322. If Makhachev wins, it sets the stage for the most anticipated fight of a generation, a super fight worthy of the White House. But if he loses, Topuria says it's over. There will be no champ versus champ, no history made, no mega fight, just a dream that collapsed before it could even begin. With November 15th fast approaching, all eyes will be on Madison Square Garden, because on that night, Islam Makhachev isn't just fighting for a second belt, he's fighting for legacy, pride, and the chance to make the biggest fight in UFC history actually happen. That's all from MMA Maniac. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.